hello, three people that watched my last manga review. I've kind of decided that, I like reviewing the manga, but I'm not as good at keeping up every week. I will try to, but for right now, I just kind of want to make videos when I feel like there's really hype moments. And right now, I mean, it's definitely a hype time in the manga. We're up to chapter 1002 in One Piece, the greatest manga ever written by Enshiro Oda. And just dive right into it, I guess. Like I said, I am not going to try to keep up week to week unless it's really impactful, which last week, yeah, it was kind of like, the Yonko tanked a couple more hits. We saw a couple more things, but this week the battle kind of gets going, and there's a couple really fun moments that I want to get to talk about. Let's see. Cover page is Rob Lucci feeding Hattori's bag of pigeon feed to other pigeons, and he's kind of sitting off to the Hattori is kind of sitting off to the side like crying. It's great. It's a pretty funny one. But that was sent in by a fan. And then on to the first page. Right away we have Kaido and Big Mom. Kaido is now a dragon, obviously. And we get a name for the attack that shoots out like the scythe blades. It's called Demolition Gust. And I love how Law just continues to pop around with the room thing going on. Kid gets hit by the Demolition Gust, and his big punk rotten thing, his giant Mechazord, and he's just like, fuck it, it's just scrap. Which is just a real kid thing to say. Zoro's got the headband tied already, so he just blocks it. It looks like with Enma, and then Luffy just sidesteps it using the observation hockey he learned during the Katakuri battle, and he's in Bound Man, and he's got the Kong gun pulled back, and in the next page he fires off a new attack, which is a Kong rifle. And I kind of imagine like the anime will expand more on the Kong rifle, but like as his forearm sucks in for the Kong gun, I would imagine it's like twisting at the same time as it's going in there, and then it's spinning out, and you kind of get that effect with the impact vortice, if you will. But it's a cool new attack from Luffy, Kong rifle. One thing I think I'm like, I don't know, comment if you have an opinion one way or another, but I'm dubious to think that Luffy is actually using Ryuo in these Kong attacks, because we got the rock epithet when he used the Ryuo to punch Kaido right away, and then now he's like, he's just hitting him with like regular hockey. So I don't know. I don't think he's hitting him with the Ryuo, but he is doing like some damage. Kaido is kind of coming back though. Kid's jumping in right after the Kong rifle, and he's got his punk slam, or slam punk, or whatever the hell it's called. Slam Gibson. Jeez, my bad. Really fucked that one up. Kaido again takes the hit. Law pops in with the room again, just using little pebbles as they're falling all over, and he makes a comment that he's never seen an anatomical chart of a dragon, but if he had to guess, the heart would be here. And he hits him with a big gamma knife, like real close to where Kaido carries the scar from Odin. So good effect there, and Kaido's definitely feeling, these attacks, and because he even comments in the next panel, like, enough of these tricks, and he comments on how they've learned about his defenses, and it's like they're not just relying on dumb luck and guts. Uh, and then you get to see Killer jump on and use Scythe or Sonic, which I don't understand how the hell these blades just become bigger, but it's sick, and it cuts pretty much all the way through Kaido, dealing some good damage. At least 3d6s if we were playing this as a D&D game. So Big Mom, like, just out of left field, hits Killer with Indra, which I wonder what that means or what language that's pulling from. And obviously Killer's just like, he's got these giant metal scythe blades on his arms, so he's this giant conductor. And Big Mom's gloating now. Kaido goes to eat him, which, I mean, that's a real shitty way to go, right? Getting eaten by Kaido. I mean, he could do it. He could probably eat a regular person in just his regular, like, person, Oni, demon form. But, I mean, he's gonna... That would really suck. Like, I think that would be top 5 deaths in One Piece is if someone got eaten by Kaido. That's fucking crazy. But Luffy saves him with the old patented Rhino Schneider. And he just blows Kaido off. Kaido then goes up for a Boro breath. And Zoro comes in and he's like, Traffy, shoot me up there. And Trafficker again makes another comment of like, first Luffy and now you. He gets all pissed off, but he sends him anyway. And does he send him? Because it just sets up the best sequence in this chapter, in my opinion. My prediction is Kaido dies not from anybody but Zoro, because it's like, it's already set up with the Ryuma thing and the monsters, like, precursor to One Piece chapter where, Oda took a lot of, like, the art style is very similar, and Zoro looks a lot like Ryuma from Monsters, and then incorporates Ryuma into One Piece as Ryuma the zombie. So yeah, anyway, Zoro jumps in front of the Boro breath and cuts it again with Kinemon's technique, which was really cool that he stole that from Kinemon. And he goes one sword side. I believe this technique is the same technique that he used on Ryuma in Thriller Bark, but I can't remember 100%. I'm not going to go back and look at it right now because I don't want to edit. So Big Mom calls out, like, somehow they sense the hockey, the Kobuto that Zoro has, and like both Big Mom and Kaido recognize it as something not ordinary, and Zoro hits him with Flying Dragon Blaze, which, oof, he cuts an entire horn off of the top of Oni Gashima. It's bravo Zoro. You really, I mean, we knew you had that in you, right? Like, but still, like, he even made a comment when he was slashing in the last chapter that I didn't cover, where he's like, I need to release this Enma a little more, and then he goes, he just uses his one hand with it, so I would assume that he's like, has to really focus on Enma, because it, draws out your Ryuo, your haki, so you have to, like, really maintain your control and concentration on how Enma's sucking your willpower, essentially. Come on, Oda. And so, yeah, Kaido makes a comment, like, how it bears the presence of Odin, which is just, like, really, I don't understand how Kaido really gets it, but it might just be in, like, his, Kaido's, observation haki, seeing just the way that the Ryuo is coming off that sword that looks different than other swords. I don't know. But, anyway, he misses and cuts the horn off the Oni Gashima head, which is just so great. And he just goes, "Damn, I missed." And then he gets hit by like another bolt of lightning from Big Mom. So then we move to Big Mom gloating again, because that's what she's good for, apparently. Like, she controls the weather pretty much, so she doesn't have to do much to be a real big threat, and then she has, like, Napoleon that turns into this giant sword, and Big Mom's got some hockey on her. Like, let's be real. Big Mom, big willpower. So everybody gets hit by Big Mom's lightning. God of Lightning Tenjin, which, Raijin Tenjin, right? Would that be the Japanese for it? Raijin is God of Thunder, or Thunder God, or whatever. I don't know. I don't know Japanese very well at all. Kid makes the comment of what is she, a natural disaster? And then right as he says that, like, I think it's Prometheus, like, pops up right in front of him, because he's like using all the, no, it's Zeus. It's like, but Zeus is like lightning, so it's like Lightning Zeus, which we haven't seen the animation of Zeus's lightning before, but I think that was because primarily we saw Nami using Zeus's lightning, whereas this is Big Mom, so maybe different. I don't know. But yeah, he finds Kid, and they all get hit by the lightning. But then you have this great line, which I think the entire fandom's been waiting for, of like the callback to Skypiea, where Enel's like, "Why doesn't this work on you?" He's like, "'Cause I'm rubber." And there's always the "'cause I'm rubber" moment, and so Big Mom, why didn't the lightning work? Because I'm rubber. And she gets like kind of nervous and scared, because Luffy's like ready to tee off on her, and Kaido hits him with another Boro breath. And then we have my favorite line of just recent memory One Piece, and it's so good. Kaido hits Luffy with the Boro breath, and Luffy tanks it, right? And he goes, "My flames don't work either. Why not?" And Luffy just screams at him through like the smoke of all Kaido's flames and stuff coming off him, and he goes, "Guts." And it's like just a throwback in Kaido's face of him saying, like, "You guys, you studied my defenses and everything, and you're not just some punks, and in here trying to win with guts alone." And Luffy throws it right back in his face, along with a new attack. We have Kong Gatling, which, now correct me if I'm wrong. Kong Organ is anime only. It was never used as a attack in the manga yet, that I can remember. I think it's anime only. I don't think Luffy used it against Katakuri. I really don't. And if I'm wrong, then crucify me, please. But I don't think Kong Organ was a manga-specific attack. I think that was just used in the anime in that Katakuri fight, and then again in like a film, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'm speaking out of school, but we get an actual Kong Gatling, which, I feel like the Kong Gatling is definitely more effective right now. His fists are huge as he's hitting Kaido too, and this is the last panel of the chapter. But man, what a great line, throwing it back in his face with the guts, and then right after he had just, said because I'm rubber to Big Mom. So I love keeping that alive in the story, because he's explained away why stuff doesn't work just by saying because I'm rubber so many times. And, I've always been of the theory that Luffy can never lose, not only because he's got main character plot armor, but he's rubber. I mean, rubber always bounces back. Always bounces back. All right. So that's been the review of the chapter. Like, comment, whatever. Talk to me about what you feel will happen next in the story. You gotta think that Kaido and Big Mom are gonna have a second level of pushback at this point. Because, I mean, everybody's kind of fending them off pretty well. I mean, these are some Yonko here, and everybody's really holding their own against the Yonko and actually dealing some decent damage. I think moving forward, seeing kind of some splitting of who's fighting who, like who's fighting who. I would like to see like a Luffy and Law team up on Big Mom, and then you got Zoro and Kid and Killer going after Kaido. And kind of just Zoro, like Kid. I'm imagining this. This is what I'm imagining. My theory would be Kid holds Kaido, so he can't wriggle around. He's a real big dragon. So Kid holds Kaido. Killer and Zoro both get their giant blades and get to actually do some real damage with their hits. If one of those Enma hits it, I mean it's heads off. Its heads will roll. I mean, it's been foreshadowed. We have the Punk Hazard Dragon, right? Like Zoro cut that thing's head off, so he might cut Kaido's head off. And then obviously Luffy's like just perfect to fight Big Mom right now. He's rubber. She's trying to attack everybody with the lightning, which, I mean, that cancels out a third of her attacks. Then you have to deal with Prometheus and Napoleon, right? And I mean, her devil fruit to these guys is pretty much null and void because none of them are, gonna be show fear to Big Mom in this moment. So, I mean, she's not gonna be able to take the soul from them. So, it's really then like Luffy and Law. I think like Law's got a blade, counter Napoleon. Well, I mean, Law's not countering Napoleon. Let's be real. Like, Big Mom's gonna touch Law's little sword, but Law is he's got the ability to move around the battlefield more. So I think that's kind of crucial, especially because she's riding around on Zeus and stuff and up in the air. So yeah, that's what I think is kind of moving forward going to happen. But definitely let me know your thoughts.
Meat Sweats! Motherfucking Meat Sweats! Meat Sweats!